So last week, I took the family swimming at my parents' house, and after a few hours in the absolutely scorching 115-degree Arizona heat, something tragic happened. I am very sad to report that there was a death in my family, and it was my very cherished iPhone. God rest her soul. I didn't have a phone for a full week after that, and what I thought would damn near kill me, I absolutely love my iPhone, has been probably one of the most eye-opening experiences for my mental health, family life, and leadership. Here are 3 reasons why a 7-day phone detox pretty much changed my life. At the end of this video, I'm going to share with you the 4 critical boundaries I am going to create for myself once my new iPhone arrives so that I'm not on it all the time. iPhone addiction is a real thing. Adam Alter, author of Irresistible, said that half of the developed world is addicted to something, and increasingly that something isn't drugs or alcohol, but behavior. Recent studies suggest the most compulsive behavior we engage in has to do with cyber connectivity. 40% of us have some sort of internet-based addiction, whether it's checking your email, which, by the way, on average, a worker checks their emails 36 times per hour. In fact, the Nielsen company says that the average adult spends about 11 hours each day consuming media on their phone. So with those depressing statistics, let's jump into why this 7-day phone detox changed my life. Reason number 1, I was much more present. So did you know that the average millennial checks their phone at least 150 times per day? I would argue that it's probably more, and that is absolutely insane. Most of the time, we're checking our phones in the presence of other people, which is a really bad habit I'm guilty of. And I've realized this past week that not having my phone right next to me is awesome, because really, if you have your phone right next to you, you're basically telling the person that you're with that the phone is a plan B if the person becomes too boring or they don't hold your full attention, which is a very powerful thing that I realized. And the really sad thing is our kids pick up on this too. We've allowed our phones to have an automatic invitation at the dinner table, on the couch, and in bed, when we should be pouring into our friends, our family, and our colleagues. I mean, even at work, we sneak a glance at our Apple Watch mid-conversation to peer at a text, and we leave our phone face up on the table in a meeting, which is super distracting. And these habits, whether we want to agree with them or not, place our mind everywhere else but here. So without my phone, I was a lot more patient, present, and it felt amazing. Reason number 2, I was way more chill. And I'm not really a chill person, so that's saying a lot. Without my phone, I didn't have instant access to the world's information at my beckoning call, which is something that I thought I always needed since I had a smartphone. And the instant information gratification an iPhone provides works kind of similar to what's called the choice overload effect, if you've ever heard of that, which says that while some choice can be good, too much choice will overwhelm. It works very similar with the iPhone. So in the matter of like 5 or 10 minutes, it's easy to bounce around multiple apps and sites, which is fine, but if you do that multiple times per day, it's gotta zap our brain in some way, and it kind of creates an agitated, anxious feeling. And I'm sure there's some science about that, but I know I feel that when I get on one of those check my phone loops. Look, Roman Stoic Seneca the Younger once said, everything that exceeds the bounds of moderation has an unstable foundation. So basically, too much of anything is not good. And we fail to prioritize what really matters in our digital life, because since we can access the world's information right now, everything becomes gotta have it now. So having all this information, it becomes very distracting, makes us agitated and anxious, and we become kind of like the dog in Pixar's Up that is distracted by the squirrel. When we eliminate instant access 24/7, we focus really on what matters and what's really important. Okay, reason number 3, I was freed from the comparison trap. So this is a big one. I love Instagram, but Instagram has a tendency to paint a very unrealistic picture of life. If you're like me, you've experienced it, the comparison trap. Look, I'm happy for others when they succeed. I think it's great, but you can't help but compare yourself to others when you hop on social media. It's just a natural human reaction. Instagram and Facebook has become a place where we share our flattering news and peak experiences. And for the first time in history, this thing called social media made it possible to basically Photoshop our entire life to perfection for everyone else to see. As they say, comparison is the thief of joy, and because I wasn't able to access as much social media as I usually do on my phone, I was much more content with myself. I learned that we're all forging a unique path in our story. And when we compare ourselves to others, we get off course and distracted. What I'm saying here is that by detoxing myself from social media, especially Instagram, and those avenues of comparison, I've realized that I am a hero in my own story with my own unique set of circumstances. I'm forging my own path in terrain very different from you. My path is not your path, and your path is definitely not my path. So why would I compare the both of us? We're not in the same race together. Okay, so here's the million-dollar question. What am I gonna do differently now since my new phone has arrived? So I've created a few boundaries that I'm going to incorporate in my digital phone life that I wanna share with you. And maybe these will help you too. Number one, I will keep my phone in another room until my kids go to bed each weeknight, and typically during the weekend too. I will try my best. Number two is I will keep my phone in my pocket and out of sight when in the company of others. Number three, I will not walk around an iPhone anymore, meaning I will not walk from point A to point B with my iPhone in front of my face. And lastly, I will spend more time reading when I have the urge to check social media at night. So I think with those boundaries, that's gonna really help me be better with my phone. And this death in the family of my past iPhone really taught me many things, and with some awareness and simple boundaries, you too can curb your digital habits to create a more liberating life. And hey, I hope this video will help you. If you want to level up your leadership skills and personal development, please subscribe to our channel and hit that bell to be notified when we post our weekly video. See you real soon.